There is no denying that Ibrahim Traoré, the 35-year-old president of Burkina Faso, is setting a new standard for African leaders through his actions. In contrast to his counterparts who often fail to fulfill their promises, Traoré consistently delivers on his commitments to the people. A recent example of this was when he expressed his intention to step down from office, prompting citizens to take to the streets and demand an extension of his transitional period for another 5 years. Now recently, Ibrahim Traoré has made headlines once again with his recent groundbreaking initiative. Burkina Faso has officially established a treasury deposits bank with Captain Ibrahim Traoré at the helm. This significant development signifies Burkina Faso's progress towards reclaiming its monetary independence. It's important to note that Francophone countries do not have their own central banks. Despite the existence of the Central Bank of West African States, BCEAO, it operates as an extension of the Bank of France. Previously, Francophone nations were reliant on the Bank of France to hold their gold reserves due to the absence of their own central banks. However, with Burkina Faso's recent revision of its mining code, the country will now have the ability to build and maintain its own gold reserves. Anticipated to be completed by September 2024, the first gold bars produced in Burkina Faso are a testament to this development. The establishment of the Treasury Deposits Bank empowers Burkina Faso to conduct financial transactions independently, bypassing the need to go through the BCEAO and eliminating any potential interference from France. In essence, this groundbreaking development sets the stage for the eventual elimination of the CFA franc. For a better understanding of Ibrahim Traoré's increasing disassociation from the Western world, I would like to expound on some significant statements he made during the recent AES summit in Niger. During the summit, Ibrahim Traoré opened his speech by outlining his intended approach, dividing it into 3 distinct phases. The first phase was dedicated to explaining their perspective on the world. The second phase was focused on emphasizing the importance of continued advocacy and action. Finally, the most crucial phase aimed to present a comprehensive vision for the future. Traoré highlighted the extensive outreach efforts undertaken over the past 20 months, which involved engaging with politicians, diplomats, and businessmen from around the globe. He stressed the significance of these exchanges as valuable opportunities to learn and gain insights into diverse perspectives, ultimately shaping their conclusion and vision. Traoré delved into how their encounters with political figures, diplomats, and business leaders from across the world had informed their understanding of global dynamics. He emphasized the necessity of such interactions, particularly for individuals from their own countries who often lack exposure to such diverse viewpoints. By observing the behaviors and words of these global stakeholders, Traoré emphasized the unique learning opportunities that arose, enabling a broader understanding of the world. Addressing the broader context, Traoré touched on the broader human experience, encompassing happiness, misfortune, good, evil, and the coexistence of humans, geniuses, and animals. He underscored that while the world encompasses this rich tapestry, human actions have sought to shape it differently. Traoré delineated the imperialist perspective, painting a vivid picture of their vision of the world as a triangle. At the apex rests the empire of good, symbolizing prosperity and all that is positive, as defined by them. This viewpoint bestows upon them the sole entitlement to happiness and riches, along with the authority to impose their worldview and way of life onto others. Traoré highlighted the imperialist portrayal of indigenous peoples as a stark example of their worldview, labeling them as savages and positioning themselves as the rightful owners of all rights and privileges. He exposed the imperialist portrayal in popular culture, emphasizing the vilification of particular groups, Russians, South Americans, and Black individuals, as the standard antagonists. Additionally, Traoré scrutinized misconceptions related to Chinese products, revealing a more advanced technological landscape in China and dispelling commonly held biases. Ibrahim Traoré delivered a powerful speech in which he discussed the deep-rooted perceptions and manipulations imposed on Africa by outsiders. He highlighted the belief held by some that Africa and certain peoples of South America belong to them, as well as the idea that the riches of Africa are for their own benefit. He emphasized the need for Africans to emancipate themselves from these imposed ideologies and to understand how they are perceived by imperialists. Ibrahim Traore also pointed out how external influences have distorted cultural symbols, such as the color black, and have manipulated perceptions of mourning in African cultures. He urged people to wake up and recognize the historical context of imperialism and the manipulative tactics used to influence global events, pointing to the fabricated reasons behind wars in Iraq, Syria, Libya, and the Middle East. He also highlighted the role of imperialists in creating and perpetuating terrorism in the Sahel by exploiting divisions within African communities. Ibrahim Traore's impassioned speech served as a call to action for people to become aware of their situation and to fight for their future.